Fight fans, we've got some news. The UFC announcing the headliner for March 14th. That's a UFC Fight Night from the Meta Apex. Remember, no longer called the UFC Apex. Now it's called the Meta Apex. For Kevin Vallejos, this is huge. He's inside the top 15 now after his recent win, and an impressive one at that over Giga Chikadze. He is 3-0 in the UFC. He quietly had a huge 2025, but fought several times at the Apex and on Fight Night, so he didn't get that big spotlight. Now is the age-old question, right? Like, would you rather build him through a main card fight on a numbered event, or just throw him into a headliner to really get his name out there and build an event around him, along with a credentialed veteran like Josh Emmett? Now, for Kevin Vallejos, 3-0, as I mentioned, Giga Chikadze, that was his last one in December at the last event of the year on the UFC calendar. Before that, Danny Silva took him to a decision, which is saying something in his UFC debut. Quality win, a round one stoppage of Sung Woo Choi. He fought his way into the UFC on Dana White's Contender Series. If you remember, he appeared on that show twice. The first time, he was very young, and he took Jean Silva to a decision. That was before we knew how great Jean Silva was, who's, of course, in the championship mix and has a big fight coming up himself. Now, Kevin Vallejos, since that loss to Jean Silva, has rattled off 6 straight victories, including 3 in the UFC. For Josh Emmett, pretty different story. As I mentioned, he's a veteran. He's credentialed. He's been there, done that. He's been in main events. He has show-stopping power. His knockout win over Bryce Mitchell was his most recent one, and one of the most violent of his career, which is saying something because he's had a lot of those. I think back to the comeback, huge overhand right against Michael Johnson when he was losing the fight late in the 3rd round. But that Bryce Mitchell win was in December of 2023. So we're now 2+ years removed from his last win. Emmett is 1-4 in his last 5 fights, but he's still a very tough guy to go against, and his strength of schedule is unmatched. His last 5 fights, Yusuf Zalal most recently, Lerone Murphy, who's undefeated and will probably fight for a title in 2026. The win, as mentioned, over Bryce Mitchell. Before that, Ilia Topuria, main event. He took Ilia the distance. Not many could say that. And Yair Rodriguez for an interim UFC featherweight championship. Let me know what you think about this fight. I absolutely love the matchmaking. The Meta Apex is getting a good one. And I just can't wait to start calling fights again in 2026.